grippers. Grippers are probably not anybody's favorite thing to do, but they're necessary for Bubbles and for some other little boys' pants outfits that you might decide to make. And I think I'm really not sure what causes the most fear or trepidation as far as sewing things, if it would be grippers or zippers, or some people even buttonholes, or others maybe sewing with knits. I'd say those are 4 things that I hear people really being fearful of and not liking to do. And I could say that's true for me with one of those things in particular. But anyway, grippers is not really one of them. I think it's actually not too bad. You just kind of have to get over your fear of these metal prongs piercing through your fabric and getting them in exactly the right spot. So let's talk about what to do and what you need. I have this little gripper thing, and I don't even know what you call this kind. I believe we sell these at Children's Corner. This may be a Dritz brand. We also sell the snap setter. And I had this before the snap setter came along, and this works just fine for me, so I haven't seen a need to replace it. But the purple snap setter is also a really nice tool, and it goes with these snap setter, oh, you can't see it there. It goes with the snap setter snaps that are sold at Children's Corner, which are really great. And the reason I like them is that they are long prong. And if you look at some of the other snaps that are made by other companies, I know I have some Dritz snaps. They're good for some things, but the prongs are just not quite as tall. And so that just makes them not stay as well sometimes. So anyway, these are great. They come in lots of different colors. And also, if you happen to have one of these older style snap setters, they also work just fine with this particular kind. So there are 4 different pieces that come in with the grippers. There are 2 for the top and 2 for the bottom, and I'm going to start with the top. The top is always the more pretty of all of them. Sometimes they're more decorative looking. This is just a round white ring, but it is going to go on the front of my bubble. And I have marked here the 3 spots where my snaps are going to go, 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to start with the one in the middle. And you just pierce the fabric around that dot. And now that I've done that, you can see my mark is right there in the middle, and it's easy to see on these circle snaps. So I'm going to flip it over to the back side. I always keep the back of my snaps because it tells me exactly which pieces go together. So always hold on to this and keep it just to have something to refer. Anyway, so I've got this. I'm going to open up my snap setter, and I'm going to stick this. Better turn it this way so you can see better. Stick it in that. There's a groove here. Well, I pulled it out. Let's try that again. Stick it in the groove here. And then I'm going to put down this first little tab. Okay, so now I've got the gripper down in there with the prongs sticking up in my fabric. And this is my secret tool. You might recognize this. This is a Stuff It. I know Susan used these in one of her sew-alongs last week. But my actual favorite thing to do with this is I use the blunt end, and it fits right inside the prongs of the snap, and I push my fabric down in the middle and twist it around. Actually, my tool is actually a little bit scratched up on the end from doing this so much, but you push this down to get it really embedded down in the prongs. Then after I've done that, I can take the next piece that I've looked at this to see which one goes with it. And let me make sure I get it going the right direction. So I'm going to stick it right on top and then close this up. Get out my handy hammer and we'll see what happens. Several good bangs. I'll pop it out, and there's what you get. So it's nice and attached there. You can always take it back and bang it some more if you need to. I think I really didn't bang it quite hard enough because I was afraid it was going to be too loud or mess up my camera here. So I'm going to do it again. So actually I'm going to just turn the camera off and continue with these 3 on this side, and then I'm going to come back and we'll do the last 3 on the other side. Okay, I have the top snaps on. We are ready to put them on the bottom, the others. Now the top ones, obviously you can tell that the prettier side's going to go up. On the bottom, you're going to have to just make sure that you do it just right so that the side that's going to connect under here is the one that's on top. So it's going to be the one that has the little stick-up nub on it. I don't even know what you call that. Anyway, I usually just kind of like to mark my bottom snaps according to where what my top looks like. You can mark them all to begin with if you want, but just to make sure that I'm getting them to where they are going to exactly match up, going to just put a mark here. So we're going to take the back, which is a silver ring, and do the same thing we did here, except it's going to go in here from the back. Pierce that fabric with the onto the little prongs. Stick it onto this gripper tool. Put down the first tab. Get that nice and get the fabric nice and engaged all the way down at the bottom of the prongs. And I'm going to stick this one on top. Close it up. Make sure I got it straight there. And bang with my hanger.